So I'm starting this from the beginning now. Yay! Okay. So my freaking game was being a little weird here and there. I think I was rendering something in the background. Pretty sure I was, knowing me. And my tiny cottage is basically for two probably elder Sims. I imagine. Yeah, two elder Sims I see in my head. And they well, the wife traveled her whole entire life. And she found the perfect husband who is very doting, cares so much about her. And I am in struggle town with this roof, okay? Just bear with me. I eventually get it to where it looks semi halfway decent, I promise. Um, but yeah, she eventually fell in love. Then her husband fell in love, and they had, judging by this tiny shack, maybe one kid, one or two kids, maybe at the most, at the absolute most. And once upon a time, maybe there were different rooms in this house, but now, oh my gosh, they knocked down the walls, and it's a one bedroom. It's a whole one bedroom that may have been more back in the day, but they finally found a place that they loved, and it was this really tiny cottage that just fit them so perfectly because for the husband, he's always been more of a small town kind of guy, and the wife, she woke up, we'll call her Granny M. Okay, Granny Emma. So, Granny Emma has been this woman where she's so worldly and she's traveled her whole life to do such amazing things, and she's given back so much of her time in her life to being around less fortunate, being around, poverty and all of that kind of stuff, and helping out with that so much, as well as, being that person where she is fortunate enough, yeah, is fortunate enough to live in a place that she could paint and do it for a living. And not a lot of people get that kind of option or get, that kind of, are able to have that as an outlet for them. And for her, it was. That was the way she lived her life. That was the way she made money. And Granny Ann played no games when it came to her art. So that was how she and her husband met and how they, bonded on. And sure enough, yeah, there's other stuff in the house. Here and there you'll see little knickknacks and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, you'll see a lot of art and a lot of paintings just everywhere because they are a couple where that was the thing that made them fall in love with each other. That was the thing that made them so that made their soul move, I guess. And to be, if you don't if you're not passionate about something and you don't really love something, then what's the genuine point of doing it? Other than just the obvious reasons. I mean, you go to work every day, but it may not be your passion. It may not be that thing that makes your heart beat. It may not be that thing that you love. But at the end of the day, these two, like, they got to live the dream. They got to, do their passion, and it was their job and all that kind of stuff. And it's what made them love life so much more and feel like they had lived such a great life. And in living this great life that they felt like they did, they decided to take it back a peg and live in a place where it's all about modesty. And in this really tiny home, it's such a great little place in their little escape from the world that he grew up in, where he wasn't so fortunate as he is now, and she wasn't so cluttered by what she had and what was going on and everyone else's problems and all that kind of stuff, because Granny M is one of those, moms where she gets so in a tizzy of what's going on and what everybody else is doing that she kind of forgot about herself. And without doing that, in this place, she doesn't do that anymore. She genuinely just worries about her husband, and her future kid, and her future kids, her kids, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe, just maybe, she wants to leave this place, her kids to raise their families, or, have one kid of their own, because, or renovate the whole freaking thing to, fit more of a family kind of way. Because they raised their little family here, but their family was always really small. And I initially wanted to do a whole create a sim on them, which I may or may not do because I don't know. I can't always do create a sims for every single house that I make because a lot of times it's just, a family in my head. It's not necessarily a family that is real. Like the manic mom speed build, that was not supposed to happen at all, but it did. And I don't know, I was just in the mood to build a really big house, and I probably won't be in that kind of a mood for a very long time now. I am sated. I will build tiny places. It will make me happy and fine, and it's cool. This is what it's part of the reason why I built the tiny cottage. The tiny cottage I built before I left, and now I'm back and I'm doing the voiceover for it. And so I don't remember a lot of what was going through my head when I was making this place. Certain times I remember just I didn't know what I wanted to do for so long, especially when it got to the inside and everything with the windows, because I initially wasn't going to have those big, big, big windows in the back there at all. But once I popped them in, they just looked so cute, and I was like, I can't do without these windows. So I'm fine. I'm just not going to let go of these windows. And I built practically half the house around those freaking windows. So yeah, very much needed. Yeah. So here we are getting inside of the house now, and I wanted the inside to match the outside at least a little bit. And in a way it does for the most part. Not exactly, but you can tell it's very cottagey. It's a very updated cottagey kind of feel, but it still gives that cottagey, homey, nice little feel. I'm a clutterbug. I love clutter, so clutter goes in everything. Clutter goes in everything I build. And I don't know why it was so hard for me to find the color of the cabinets because I don't know why I had the wrong one for so long. It was sad and terrible, but yeah, I fixed it. I like the idea of a tiny kitchen because they're not people who cook very often, but at the same time, they cook enough and they had enough cabinet space and counter space, all that kind of stuff. And picking their little place, I knew I wanted to have pets. So they are gonna have two cats, I think is what I initially thought of when I was building was about two cats and a bunch of stuff to, have their cats and all that kind of stuff. So now we're moving on to oh my gosh, it's almost over. I can't even believe I've been talking for 7 minutes. How is anyone still listening to this mess? Um, Comment down below how you're still listening to this because I know I could listen to myself talk for 5 to any period of time, honestly. Okay, so now I'm putting in a little reading nook because I feel like the husband is more of he's a very bookish guy and he loves books, very passionate about them. And it's one of the things that his wife collected for him throughout the years while they were together. So every book he has is probably a little memory of his wife and a little remembrance of their time together when they were young, when they first met each other. And they've had other houses in the past, but this house seems to be the only one that stuck. So you can't be mad at that. Um, Oh geez, I'm umming all over the place. They are, of course, an elderly couple. So, they didn't need a huge giant house. They'd had one in the past and not so great for moving around now, and this seemed to work for them. So, this cottagey kind of home was absolutely perfect for them. And now I think I'm done talking. So, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh wait, it's just the living room. Yeah, I really love this living room. Oddly enough, I spent a small amount of time on the furnishing and a heavy amount of time on the wall paintings because, of course, the paintings are how they met each other. The paintings kind of tell a story, and that was what I was imagining with that part of their house. And once I put the paintings up, it made me want to change the whole wallpaper, so I do in a little bit. And I love what I did here with the little nook because their little kitchen, yeah, their little kitchen nook is just so cute. It's so cute. It's the cutest part of the whole house. It's my favorite. And now that I'm putting in the freaking furnishings and all the, wall stuff, I know that it's about to be over. And so, I'm gonna tell you guys as you see the screenshots, thank you so much for viewing this. Hope you guys liked it. Tell me what you would have done, what kind of couple you see living in this little place. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.